Yes, hi, my name is Felix and I am commenting on my own video here. I'm trying to build something, as you can see, but I will forward this because I'm trying to plan something and making a respiration ventilation unit. Ich versuche hier etwas zu bauen, aber das ist sehr schwierig, darum spule ich vor. Actually forwarding. And I'm thinking and now I'm painting here. Ich bin etwas hier am Bauen, am Malen. Actually, I'm drawing here something that is water. So in this thing there is going to be water. I'm forwarding now. Das wird Wasser sein. And now I build this. It's a hollow thing that actually floats in the water. Ich habe das hier gemacht. It's like an encasement. Ich habe das hier gemacht. Das ist wie ein Behälter. Das ist im Wasser. And there is a hose attached. Da ist eine Leitung angemacht. Trying to make here this hose. And here, this is an air inlet. Also hier kommt das Luft rein. Actually what happens, this air inlet intake from this thing that goes into this encasement is the exhale pressure and air of patient A. Das ist das, was hier reinkommt, dass die Luft rein geht, hier kommt. Das ist eigentlich das Ausatmen des Patientes A, die Luft, die hier reinkommt. Und jetzt, now I'm making the next thing. Actually, these are valves, das sind Ventile. So basically here you have fresh air from the interior, which means in another ventilation unit or respiration unit in a hospital you would have, I mean, it depends. I mean, you can have ordinary, I mean, it can be external air or it can be some, of course, additional air, you know, from these bottles, but here it's not about pressure, it's about function. So I mean, better to have external air. I mean, that's the thing you're breathing anyway. I mean, you have oxygen either in bottles or of course in your environment, otherwise you would die anyway. Also es gibt ja Luft um einen herum oder in Flaschen. Für mich ist das eigentlich egal, was ich einatme, denn wenn es nicht Luft wäre, wäre ich schon gestorben. So the fresh air, as I say, is from the valves here. Then here it doesn't need pressure because this air, it gets soaked in by this. When it's empty, it sinks, and by that it has a weight. It soaks in the air by its weight. I calculated that the average pressure of the lung is among 3 kilos, but it's up to yourself to figure that out. Babies, of course, can be ventilated less. Old people, I mean, I don't give them. I don't know, but it can be lots of time because even old people can be breathing more and more, faster and faster, and more in and outs. Like a baby breathes more. Maybe that's why young people don't get infected, but I don't know that. So here's the next thing. I'm making here a little arrow. At least I'm trying, as you can see here. I'm desperately trying to write on it, and here it comes. That's the air outlet. I mean, by patient A exhaling, fills this up with air, pushes it up through the physics in the water, that air around it that was and is fresh air, I mean 20 seconds old, what have you, your air among you, around you, among you is also maybe hours old, and gets pushed out here, and that's what patient B inhales. In this whole situation, I'm thinking that patient A is healthy and patient B is not healthy but not dying, so that means it's only a support. I think those people who got respirated, diese Leute, die ventiliert werden, das ist Patient A und B. A drückt Luft rein, Physik drückt's hoch, Patient B bekommt die Luft. Now what I'm saying is, I mean, they're not using, from my point of view, full ventilation. That it's supposed to be done, from my point of view, people who are actually on full support of life. Not support, full support, that means not dying at all, or into intensive care, like after a heart shock or failure of the whole lung. I mean, and I don't think that's the case with lots of people, especially in the early stages. It's just a support, a weak support, that at least there is a support. But this should start first and very early. Now, step 2 is the air outlet. It turns now, of course, as you breathe in and out, and this changes here. The air outlet is now, I mean, step 1 of patient A becomes step 2 of patient A. That is that he inhales, or there's a valve somehow, so this air can escape. Also Patient A atmet ein, which would be obviously fresh air. But I mean, as I say, this can be solved with valves. Always remember, patient A is healthy and functioning. He has lots of lung pressure. And here it comes. Of this, breathe in or let go of the pressure, makes it sink. Or actually, the pressure drops. So yeah, basically what patient B does then is exhale. Also wenn hier der Druck fällt, dann zieht es die Luft wieder rein. Das ist irgendwie logisch. Has to be solved with valves from in and out, fresh air, not fresh air. But basically, the magic is doing all this fluid that can be actually water. And there is no fog or anything in between because the water is not boiling. So you don't get an emboly or anything like that. This is my name. This is the name of the invention. I just invented this in half an hour ago, right? And it's supposed to be the patent number that is actually I wrote to my folks here, and I have to pay them 50%, but they patenting everything quick when it's necessary. But in fact, if I help you, you give me $1 or whatever, 1 billion or even $1, I'll be happy even for a beer. So here it comes. 1 billion better would be better than I could buy a whole company of beer. So this should be this is going to be the patent number this time. And as it says, this is the water or any fluid. You can use mineral oil or anything that actually floats air in. That in air floats. Sie können hier alles nehmen, Wasser, was Sie wollen. Das ist die Erfindung, der Name, mein Name. Erfindung, Patentnummer, die sein wird. Ich habe Leute, die das 50% schon abgesichert haben. Air, Luft, also alles, was ich erfinde. Ich habe einen Geheimhaltungsvertrag. Valve, hier. Oder zumindest vermute ich das, weil ich mal geschrieben habe. Also Valve A and valve B, and this can be bidirectional valves, but I'm actually not so good at valves such as WLAN. I mean, there are things that I just simply don't know, but some technicians can work out, or at least this can be directed by a Arduino or some, electronical unit that can actually manage this one. That means that other person doesn't have to cram call a whole thing, right? Just breathe in and out. That's what he does automatically. So the only thing that has to be monitored or actually switch on and off are these valves, which is easier. There can be a little switch here and not the whole what have you, right? So I think that's a good idea. Ich denke, das ist eine gute Idee. And especially the magic is about the floating air. That's what the whole thing is. That means you don't need a lot of machinery, not a lot of springs and a lot of stuff. So I'm completing here now. And I'm saying that this is step 1. Step 1. Yeah, that's it, and that's supposed to be, yeah, also step 1. I'm sorry, step 2, I mean. This patient A, which is step 1 and 2, and patient B, which is step 1 and 2. Did I make here a mistake? It's supposed to be A, but whatever. I think you get it, basically. I mean, it's better than a write-up. I mean, a write-up, you wouldn't understand it anyway. And even for me, you know, first I plan something, I think it over, I think it back and forth like Tesla did, and then once it makes sense in my mind, such as with girls, or going out for a movie, buying some butter, I just think it through, the whole thing, the whole situation, the whole story, the whole life, and then I'm doing it. Ich überlege mir immer am Anfang, bevor ich was mache, mit Girls, Ausgang, was auch immer, was ich machen soll, Butter kaufen soll. Ich überlege es mir vorher, ob das funktionieren kann. Generell im Ausgang im Leben, also generell bei einer Sache oder halt eben im Leben generell. Yeah, that's what it is. My webpage is www.tunnelmaske, it's with an E as an elephant at the end, .com. Tunnelmaske, E at the end, Tunnelmask, actually with an E at the end, .com, like elephant. And my name on Facebook is I Am the Catman, and my real name is Franz Felix. As you can see here, I was born on the 25th December 78. And Tunnelmaske, TUNNELMASKE.com, or Freima, which means free man, but in German freima.ch. Frei, FREIMA.ch. And here can be valve C, obviously for the patient. B, not showing his own breath in and out. This is it. God bless you all.